人类计划世界大同. So this was Sun Zong-san's belief that the highest and best potential in all of us is to achieve the world great harmony, 人类计划世界大同, which is based on an international morality. This international morality 国际道德是从孔子的理论大同篇出来的。这个孔子的理论大同篇你们都学过的吧？ Who's studied this before? It's 是天下为公是从孔子出来的。The idea is like if you have a strong morality, you will benefit the greater society. You won't be selfish only for yourself. 你会为社会有贡献，你会有国家有贡献。And then Sun Zong-san developed this idea to the whole world. 是变成这个世界大同，这个理想。So he said, once China achieves its own revolution, she will peacefully extend her revolution to the world through culture, not through violent revolution, through culture, this kind of culture, China's ancient moral culture, to help the poor, the weak, and the suffering and oppressed peoples of the world, such that humanity as a whole can progress. 所以孙中山讲，有道的是有国家，有道的是从世界。This is a big problem in the world right now because there's a lack of morality. China gives $10 billion worth of aid to Africa every year. So this is one example of 世界大同的这个理想。And then 这个世界大同的理想 is more important than ever in solving problems such as terrorism and global warming. 这个温室效应的问题。温室效应的问题 is fundamentally it's a moral issue because people, countries, they emit greenhouse gases. You can't say it's another country's problem. It's not my problem. It's fundamentally it's a moral issue. It's all of our problem. And the reason why it can't be solved is because there's no international morality. The leaders in the world, they 没有这个世界大同的理想。要是这个世界的领导人有这个世界大同的理想 we can solve this kind of 温室效应的问题。And then like problems such as terrorism. Terrorism, we live in the age of terrorism, and terrorism is often born out of extreme poverty and hopelessness. So Sun Zong-san would say you have to show kindness to the poor and oppressed peoples so they won't become terrorists anymore. If you improve their lives and you give them hope, they won't want to become terrorists. So can somebody help me read the bottom part? 有一个学生可以站起来帮我念吧。
来吧。一旦我们革新中国的伟大目标得以完成，不但在我们美丽的国家将出现新纪元，整个人类也得以共享更光明的前景。
你们感动吗？请你们一起念。世界潮流浩浩汤汤，顺水流长，逆之则亡。This saying by Sun Zong-san, I have known it since I was very young, but I didn't know what it meant. To me, it was just something very mysterious. 什么是世界潮流? Well, what's the world trend? Is that the Tao? You talk about the Tao. Is that 这个世界潮流? I couldn't understand it until now. Until this day, I finally can understand what he meant. Sun Zong-san 100多年前是把这个100年后这个世界潮流全部都看得出来了。 所以 that's why I titled my speech 这个世界潮流。孙中山's last words before he died was 和平奋斗救中国。今天我们要和平奋斗建中国。Peace, struggle, and build China. 我希望你们都可以学多一点的孙中山的爱国的思想，为了中国，为了世界，为了人类。And then this is from Sun Yat-sen's funeral. On the right is Song Qingling, and in the center is my uncle, Sun Zhiping. And on the left is my grandfather, Sun Ke. And this is from the state funeral for Sun Zong-san in 1929 at Zhongsanling. And I don't know if any of you know this, but what is the shape of Zhongsanling if you look at it from the air, like an aerial view of Zhongsanling? The tomb is at the very top. Do you see it's in the shape of a bell? So what does the bell represent? It represents 孙中山的革命，叫中国人醒来 ，asking, to awaken the Chinese people. Sun Yat-sen's revolution is to awaken the Chinese people. 老外公在天之灵看到中国改革开放所取得的巨大的成就，实现了并且升华了自己的百年的梦想，将会感到非常欣慰。我们是中华儿女，业往之深，实现孙中山的振兴中华的革命，是我们的神圣的使命。Thank you. And this is a picture of Zhongsanling, which is one of my favorite places in China for obvious reasons. Very beautiful place. When Zhongsanling was first built, all these trees were planted and they were very small. And you can see the pine trees, 这个松树都是长大了。So this represents that Sun Zong-san, the思想, his vision will flourish in China. Just as the trees have grown up, so will Sun Yat-sen's vision develop. 这个是孙中山的纪念馆在南京，声温的纪念馆在日本神户。国父纪念馆在台北，现在这个三通开了，所以我希望你们都有机会到国父纪念馆去参观。孙中山纪念堂在广州，孙中山南洋纪念堂在新加坡，叫万清苑。国父纪念馆在澳门。跟香港的孙中山的博物馆。It is often said that the measure of a leader is the greatness of his vision. What can we say about Sun Zong-san's tremendous and remarkable vision for China and the world? Napoleon had a saying, China is a sleeping giant, but let her sleep. For when she awakes, she will shake the world. Sun Zong-san's revolution to modernize China has awakened her, and now she is shaking the world. 今天我是把孙中山的爱国的精神，他的爱国的思想传给你们了。 所以今天你们都是孙中山的弟子和同志。革命尚未成功，同志们仍是努力。谢谢大家。So we can do the Q&A now. 我想你们应该是有很多问题吧。
我有2个问题，先说这个小问题。刚才你说的青州港具体是指哪里？
青州港是在广西。
广西的什么地方？就是整个。
广西，你有没有听说过广西北海呢？
哦，北部湾。
北部湾，对，就是这个北部湾的头，就是青州港，是这个大西南最好的条件的深水港，就是在青州港。所以孙中山90多年前已经是把这个特点已经看得出来了。70年后。这个青州的政府，他们看了孙中山的建国方略，发现，哇，孙中山70多年前已经表示出来，青州是有全大西南的最好的深水港的条件。要是青州建设这个港口的话，青州一定会发展的，一定会发达的。所以现在这个铁路大西南的铁路，全部都是。1年到青州港去的 and most recently, I think last year or the year before, Malaysia, they have a state-to-state level cooperation with China to build a big industrial park. You know, like Singapore has a big industrial park in Suzhou. So Malaysia is going to build a big industrial park in Qingzhou, and then China has a reciprocal port in Malaysia called Kuantan Port on the east coast of Malaysia. So Kuantan港跟这个青州港是有这个姐妹港口关系的。And then that's another form of the international development of China, international economic cooperation between Malaysia and China. And 青州港就是有这个全世界上最大的孙中山的铜像，青州的人是非常崇拜孙中山。Because 孙中山 they realized that 孙中山 taught them the way how to become rich. Not only taught 青州 how to become rich, but 这个整个中国怎么发展起来，这个规划蓝图，就是像这个邓颖超、江泽民、胡锦涛主席都讲出来了嘛。
谢谢您回答。我的第2个比较大的问题就是，你刚才说就是孙中山的历史他是周游过列国，那我想知道他当时周游列国的时候不受任何政治条件的约束或者是经济条件吗？我们都知道现在要去其他国家都要有签证，那当时就是这个政治就是只要你有钱你就可以去任何国家吗？那他是怎么通过这个政治障碍的？还有就是经济，他那个从小移民不是移民就是去了夏威夷，夏威夷我觉得在当时不是一个发达地区，不光是教育还是经济，那他就是有怎么样产生这样的远见，能够周游列国，然后就是要救中国，然后他又是受到什么样的教育？他是家庭就是很富裕吗？怎么会有钱支持他去周游世界呢？
Right. So, 森美孙中山的大哥是1871年到校外去的，他是跟他的the mother's brother， 他的母亲的哥哥怎么讲？他的舅舅。森美是跟他的舅舅到校外去的，他是空手到校外去的，后来是在校外做了生意，是发达了发财了，是非常有钱，所以他请他的弟弟孙中山到校外来 受教育。这个是1879年，所以要是没有森美是没有孙中山的。It's the foundation is all from his brother Sun Mei. And then Sun Song-san went to the best schools in Hawaii, Iolani and Punahou School. 所以教育是非常重要，因为要是孙中山没有受过教育，没有到外国去 ，he cannot see the outside world. He's the frog in the well, right? So, but now he goes out and see the outside world, and the outside world has such a big impact on him. And from a very young age, he really loved the country. And so he saw the suffering of China. He saw the suffering of the people. And he had a lot of, I'll be very honest with you, he had a lot of psychological problems. It disturbed him very, very deeply. That the country that he loved so much was so poor and backward. And all the best of the world that he saw when he traveled around the world, all the best things that he saw, he wanted it for China and the Chinese people. So you can see 从他的思想里面是从他的爱国性出来的，是这个中西融合 the synthesis of East and West, and the synthesis of the ancient and the modern. During Sun Song-san's time, there was people like Chen Duxiu, who thought that the solution to China's problems was to eliminate Chinese culture and to adopt all things Western. Everything Western was good and advanced. Everything Chinese was antiquated and backward, useless. And Sun Song-san said this type of thinking is wrong, because for thousands of years, China was the greatest country in the world. Why was China the greatest country in the world for thousands of years? It's because the greatness of Chinese culture 是我们的固有的道德的文化。Sun Song-san said, the beauty of Chinese culture is that it is a culture of kindness. 中国的文化是一个慈善的文化，是一个仁爱的文化。